Well, hey, have you ever wanted to turn a gray room into a groovy basement? Well, guess what? Today's your lucky day, because that's what we're doing. Okay, welcome to Laugh Cry DIY. I am your host, Katie, and today is a very fun, funky episode where we get to do my favorite thing in the world, which is turn a boring gray room into a fun, colorful, maximalist space. I'm really losing it. Beep. But today is not a regular room makeover. Today we are actually designing the new podcast set for the Do You Even Binge podcast featuring Felipe and Lesa Esparza, where they talk all fun things film and cinema. And they reached out to me with a very fun and creative prompt to design this new set. And that is, they wanted a late 70s, early 80s groovy basement lounge space that also felt like a 70s talk show, but also had that laid back, fun, chill vibe of a basement hang. So we are standing here in a simple gray box room that they need to convert into their podcast set. And of course, to do this project, we needed to think about a lot of things. Sound dampening, camera angles, incorporating a lot of fun different themes, something visual and fun to stop the scroll on social media. So grab your bowl of popcorn and let's see how we can bring this to life. Step one, to start. And for the record, we know the angles and the lighting are gonna be crazy in this episode, per usual. Anyways, we have the 3 walls of our set here. This is gonna be filmed for YouTube. They're gonna cut clips and stuff like that. So we wanna create a cohesive set, but of course we definitely need soundproofing and we need to block this window. So we're gonna start by hanging 3 walls of beautiful curtains. Now they're gonna be using this podcast set for the podcast as well as a green room for the other podcast rooms because this is like a big content house. So we wanted to make sure we were designing the whole room as a hang space. And therefore, even though this part is not gonna be on camera, I wanted to do floor to ceiling curtains to kind of envelope the space. I mean envelop, and give it a vibe. Oh, by the way, before I hang these, guys, I wanna introduce you to chalk pencils. These, I will link these below. These are my favorite thing in the world. They come in a bunch of colors. They are wipeable chalk pencils. So you can use them for any project. I use them constantly. The variety of colors is really helpful depending on what type of like paint color you're writing on. And best of all, they wipe away with a damp rag. So chalk pencils, get them into your life. Guys, pray for me. Woo, okay. All right, curtain rods are in and they fit. And that only took me 90 minutes. Time to get these curtains up. We wanted to go with a groovy, beautiful, bold color. And so we have these gorgeous teal velvet beauties. So I wanted to do velvet for a few reasons. 1, we need the sound dampening. 2, it's a nice, beautiful texture. And 3, again, we were going for this like 70s kind of talk show vibe and those like really beautiful, dramatic, colorful backdrops. Look at this prom dress, and even cuter. We don't need it, but it has these like Hugh Hefner bathrobe ties. Very fun. Okay. Okay, so we have our rich luxe curtains, which we will steam later. And we are looking at this side of the room, which they're gonna rip out this closet and create kind of engineer studio, so we don't have to worry about that. But again, because people are gonna be hanging in this room and kind of vibing out, we wanted to give more of that 70s basement aesthetic. And therefore, we need to change these walls from boring gray to groovy wood paneling. This is actually this wallpaper's second appearance on this channel. This is actually a wallpaper mural, and we also did it, in fact, for another podcast. So I guess we're all into the sexy 70s, but we're just gonna hit this on the remaining wall portions that are going to be more visible so that we can have a very groovy vibe. Also, by the way, this is peel and stick, but we have to make sure that our walls are straight and our lines are straight. So this is an 18-inch panel, but I'm marking 17 inches because we are going to line up the right as the straight line as opposed to this, because this will lead you astray. And now with peel and stick, we are going to just peel down the top 2 inches. The nice thing is this is a good thick vinyl. So you can see here, we have our 2 inches folded down. And now we can stick it on with the help of my sister Ingrid. Be chill.
What, did you say Rachel?
I said be chill.
Oh my God.
So I'm starting by sticking that top 2 inches right to the top here, carefully placing and smoothing as we go with my squeegee. And of course, the key to all wallpapering is Ooh, a sharp, sharp blade. Yeah. And if you guys want proof about how easy these chalk pencils are to wipe off, wow. All right, guys, I think it's time for a time lapse. So we have actually come down to an outlet here. I can feel it all the way around. We already took the faceplate off, so I don't want to just like chop into that and get electrocuted, which did happen to me once, but not on camera, so it wasn't even funny. But what you can do is you can kind of indent where it is, then pull that off, and you just cut a little X. Okay, and then you can peel the little portions back to see exactly where your outlet is, and then very carefully trim around that. This is also why it's important to have a very fresh blade. Ooh, look at that.
Beauty.
Yes. Moving on. All right, friends, we have walls paneled. We have walls curtained with this luxurious, voluminous fold. Do you see this? They're beautiful, they're steamed, they're gorgeous. And now we need to focus on the floor. So obviously we have our hardwood floor and we want to soundproof a little bit, so we are gonna add carpet. And in keeping with our theme of late 70s, early 80s, I wanted to do a very fun, bold, super graphic print and something that you might see at a roller rink or a movie theater, because again, this is for a movie themed podcast. And so we have a very, very special secret cool rug. Are you ready? Okay, this lighting. Oh. You guys, look at this. Look how bold, look how graphic, look how 70s. We wanted to get these really amazing orange tones in, especially contrasted with the teal. It is just, and also co-host of the show, Lesa, chose this pattern intentionally because it is a nod to a very famous film. If you guys know where this pattern is from, please comment below. Not even joking, I genuinely am craving popcorn now. Like it's giving movie theater that much. But we are not stopping with this plain background. Because we want this to feel like a fun basement lounge space, we wanted to add some cool shelving behind and fill it with all the types of things you would probably find in your basement. Ooh. All right, folks, we're getting toasty. So what we have here are these cool modular kind of step down shelves. We found these which perfectly fit the space. I also liked this shape because it's kind of Tetris-y. And as we talked about, we were doing like late 70s, 80s kind of playful, fun vibes. So this felt like the perfect solution to that. And now we have gone and sourced a ton of really fun stuff. I'm talking cool toys, cool vintage cameras. I'm talking funky, cool faux disco ball floors, which you guys may recall, I made on this channel many years ago, and I'm happy to give it a new home where it deserves with all its other fun vintage items. And because I wanted to create a layered look, but really fill out these cubes, I also created some kind of faux dummy items, such as this cool cassette stand, which is actually a bunch of cassettes I glued together with E6000. I even glued 2 on the back to stand, and now it can stand anywhere. Here's another one. Sometimes I do amuse myself with cool solutions. Another cool thing about this design is that when we were talking about inspiration, we were also talking about kind of like 80s architecture design elements, such as glass blocks, like glass block walls. And although we couldn't do a full glass block build here, I did think it would be clever and cool to source some real glass blocks so that she could pop these wherever to kind of break up some of the clutter. And we had the idea to potentially put multicolored lights inside so that they could style it for the podcast if they want. But if you didn't know, they do sell these big glass block vases online. You can fill them with anything too. They're very cool bookends, by the way, because they're really heavy. ASMR. Okay. And I think they're only like 10 bucks each or something. Guys, I love how much vintage tech we sourced from thrift stores, our own stash. I mean, look at this color scheme, guys. Look at that with the little pop of turquoise. Oh, guys, I even sourced my own parents' garage for my old phone. I don't know if you can see up close. I painted glitter nail polish on it in like 4th grade. Look at that color. Hello, it's me from the future. Great choice. All right, now one specific request that Lesa had was to incorporate greenery. Faux greenery, it's fine guys, it's a set. But obviously we are kind of like limited with space and we didn't want to take up a ton of the frame or kind of have people tripping over a bunch of plants on the ground. So I decided to turn to the classic 70s art of macrame, featuring these 3-foot macrame planters. These are so cool. These were made by Forest Fathers on Etsy. I will link her shop below. She makes these massive planter holders that are like up to 4 feet long. She custom made both of these plant hangers. These are so dramatic, so extra. They pop against that beautiful teal. And again, this dramatic oversized scale is so cool. So make sure to check out her shop below. Very, very, very talented. And although we use the ceiling real estate to hang those, I did want to add in one fun, funky faux palm because why not? We need scale, we need texture, we need color, we need glamour, we need fans. All right. Next up, we gotta bring in our seating. And you know this is like a 70s lounge space. And so you know we are going for the quintessential cozy mustard corduroy. And most importantly, folks, she swivels 360, exorcist style. Oh, guys, this color, this texture, oh, I love her. But now, oh, we're so far apart, we can't reach each other. Why would that be? That would be because there was one request that Lesa had to put a specific piece of furniture in the room, and that is this old school video game console, which features a ton of vintage games. This is a total 80s classic and such a funky piece of furniture to include. And this is the ASMR we've all been waiting for. Isn't that pleasant? And of course we have to add a fun pop of color with these magenta chenille throw pillows. And of course you cannot have a groovy 70s space without a shag rug. Now of course, like I said, this is a podcast studio and a kind of green room lounge space for the other podcasts. And so I wanted to make this genuinely functional as people were sitting down, and I wanted to add a little whimsy. And so of course I had to do the most obvious thing, as you guys probably already guessed, which is make Rubik's Cube side tables that actually are secret storage. You guys might remember these from a previous episode. I will link the episode below, but I basically just took some basic IKEA cabinets and turned them into these custom Rubik's Cube with a custom color palette, which you will see works so nicely with our chairs, with our rug. So cute. I also decided to add some more ambiance with these cool IKEA globes. Guys, these are such a good size. They're so versatile, you can put them anywhere, and they're even cooler if you put a colored light bulb inside. I will link the specific lamp below, but they're a really great multifunctional piece of decor. However, I don't have the light bulbs, so pretend it's lit. And of course, we have to add our classic quintessential podcast neon sign. Very bright. Or is it flattering? I'm sweating, oh my gosh. All right, guys, it's been a long, fun, exciting, kind of poorly lit journey, but I am very excited to show you our wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous final reveal. And that's it, folks. That is today's very groovy episode. Thank you for coming along. Thank you to Lesa and Felipe. Make sure to watch the Do You Even Binge podcast. If you dig colorful, fun, budget-friendly makeovers, make sure to check out my other playlist, which I will have linked below. And if you're a general DIY decor lover, I also have a monthly newsletter where I send out a fun little roundup of ideas, inspiration, so feel free to sign up for that below as well. And because you guys made it to the end, I will give you a very fun spoiler, which is that this beautiful little rug design is from The Shining, which I've never seen, but I should really see because everybody knows it except me. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe and all the things. Okay, bye.